Buddy, how's it going?
Hey everybody.
Hey everybody.
We
Well,
have a special guest down here.
yeah, if you have been paying attention, if you've been tuning in and tuning up with everything Gleam over the past few weeks,
every choice you make will take you to a different place. Let your eyes teach you like something new.
Hi everyone, am I down? Am I down? Because I'm up on you guys.
There's always something that you can do.
That tickle?
There's a way. Seem to find a way out.
All right, we're starting over.
Oh man,
That was inappropriate.
same way.
I know you guys are kicking off talking about like the origins of the song. I'm pretty sure that Drew was the seed, right? Didn't you kick off with the verse and the chorus, right? I don't see, when I think about the beginning of the song, for me, I think about like the basement with Carrasco on the right, and that weekend where you came out and there was just we did a cover of Blood Bank that just like, I still think about one of those moments where it feels like you're in the flow or whatever. And I know that wasn't the origin of this song, but that's where I think about my part jumping in with it. So, but Drew, where did it start from before that?
It was just briefly before that I wrote it, and I wrote the guitar verse and chorus, and then I emailed it to you and asked you for help, and you wrote that second verse and sent it back to me, and I was like, holy shit, why didn't I come up with that?
Wow, so you have a way better memory than I do, because I just remember being down in the basement and messing with the keys and playing with the harmonies, which I think you did both those parts on the record, right? Didn't you? Are you singing with you, or is that Mark? Or are you doing it?
Mark.
Yeah, they sound great. I think they sound really tight. I think the song turned out great. I think you're right, man. But I won't take any of the credit for that, because I think you guys did all that work, and I just was lucky enough to jump in for a split second, so quick that Mark, I forgot that we even recorded this one. I came in and I think you guys gave me one take, and you're like, it's fine, maybe two or something, and I was like, okay. And then we spent all of our time on I think Mercenaries, where we spent all the time that day. And so I had completely forgotten that we did this. Mark was like, oh, people really like Your Way Always, and I was like, did we do that? Did you guys record that? He's like, yeah, you did too.
That's exactly how the conversation went, like a month ago.
Well, I mean, in your defense, it was a year and a half ago.
Sure.
Yeah, right before everything hit the fan. But I do feel lucky and blessed that you guys invited me in to be part of that kickoff session down at was that Scanhope? Is that the name of that?
Scanhope.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was cool.
Yeah, and I love your lyrics so much, and your voice so much, that I was like, we're not recording this song without Josh doing it.
Oh, that's sweet.
So
I'm happy to piggyback on anything you guys cut me in on, because I think the whole thing sounds great. I've been listening to it and cranking it up in the car now that it's on the Spotify, and it's a lot of fun. I think there's so many great songs on there. I love some of the changes, and the power of Gleam is so great. I love that one.
So I guess with Away, nothing really changed. We already explained. I wrote the first part, sent it to Josh. He wrote the second part. We put it together with harmonies. Mark was just learning mandolin, and so he wrote the mandolin part to it that ended up staying and ended up being like the intro to the song on the album.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty quick take as well. Who was on that, Mark? That was Lionel on the drums.
Yep.
And then Ben on bass.
Yep.
You're on mandolin. I'm on guitar, and Josh is singing.
Yep.
Back up.
Exactly.
And then we tried to add a kawaka drum.
Is that the one that the kawaka was?
Yeah. Joe came up with a kawaka drum, and it just sounded like a goose getting murdered. Like, I don't know. It was the worst sound ever.
And it's such a cool drum and sound in so many right situations. We were just in such a hurry. There was a million things going on, and it took Joe and Drew a half an hour of studio recording time with this drum that we should have really thought through on how to utilize in this situation. We didn't. Everything else worked out great. Like, I'm sure the drum's gonna be fine.
Lyrically, there's really not much to pick apart.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. It's about that there's always a way out, that the hard road that you're on ends. I think it's a great song for 2020.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, this is going to end where everything's going to be okay.
There's a
light
light
at the end of the tunnel.
Yep.
I think it's a great road trip song.
Yeah,
I listened to it like 3 times going back and forth during the holidays.
nice.
You know, and it's just a good, hey, a new beginning. This is going to change, like a process song. Like you can hear it, you're happy. It's not too moody, but it's a radio ready, like you're traveling kind of song. It's perfect.
Yeah. It says, well, the road is hard because you traveled so far and your view hasn't changed in so long. But there's a fork in the road telling you it's time to go. Just make a choice. You cannot go wrong.
It's one of my favorite songs you've written, man, for sure. It's just pretty. It's fun. It's got a great message. It's super ear friendly. I think this is one of the most complimented songs I've heard of yours for sure. I had my buddy Brad in Too Fat. He's just like, dude, this is like, I can't stop listening to the song or something. Like he was all fired up about it. Multiple times he told me how much he loved the song. So I'm hearing that from a lot of different people out there. So no, it's really cool.
That's cool. Yeah, it's catchy too.
Super catchy.
Awesome.
I think thematically it just ties in, you know, because I haven't been in part of every step of all the other tracks along the way, but to hear how that thematic of love and connection and that, you know, the unity, it's woven through so many of the songs. So for me, it doesn't stand out as different. It's part of that whole that I think is cool.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you.
There's a way, always can seem to find a way out. You just decided to stay, but there's a way, always a way. Well, the road is hard because we traveled so far, and your view hasn't changed in so long. There's a fork in the road, it's telling you it's time to go. Make a choice, you cannot go wrong. Every choice you make will take you to a different place. Let your eyes teach your mind something new. Life is give and take, be sure to learn from your mistakes. There's always something that you can do. There's a way, always can seem to find a way out. You just decided to stay, but there's a way, always a way. And there's a way, always can seem to find a way out. You just decided to stay, but there's a way, always a way.
And if you think it's time, you need to step aside, because the moment's as old as the sky. Cause every break is taking stock in all the little things, add up the little things and you get alive. And there's a way to change the things in life that seem insane. It seems that life often screams push or shove. And if you give and give and give until you live again, life is short, never be short on love.
There's a way, always can seem to find a way out. You just decided to stay, but there's a way, always a way. And there's a way, always can seem to find a way out. You just decided to stay, but there's a way, always a way. There's a way, always can seem to find a way out. You just decided to stay, but there's a way, always a way. Yeah, there's a way, always can seem to find a way out. You just decided to stay, but there's a way, always